good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech, the number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, and so glad to have you on the show with us. So glad to be here with you right now. If you could check, the scenery is a little bit different today because I'm actually live streaming from my office today where I'm working on this Monday. But I'm so glad to be able to get in with all of y'all. So go ahead if you can and put it in the chat where you're tuning in from. I definitely want to hear from you. So go ahead and put that in the chat where you're tuning in from. And I definitely want to hear from you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. It's going to be a fun show. Trey is on his way, but I just wanted to make sure I got a hold of everybody and let them know all that's going on right now. And so we got a couple of things happening in regards to the show. We got conversations about Timbaland. We talked about that last week a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Tesla and their competition with Robo-Taxi, as well as going on to having another conversation about a particular area that actually might surpass Palantir. And we want to definitely dive into all that and more. But as always, let us know where you're tuning in from in the comment section below. We want to hear from you, and we're going to have a wonderful conversation today. But in regards to my weekend, it's all about preparation for graduation. We got a lot of things going on with graduation, so it was quite interesting. Just kind of getting those things together and getting started. But yeah, graduation, special time. Our oldest is graduating, and I'm imagining that graduation season is coming up for a lot of people. So if the graduation season is happening your way, then let us know. We want to see and hear from you as well. But yeah, there's a lot that we're going to be able to talk about today, a lot that we're going to be able to dive in today. But let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from, and we will definitely love to hear from you. So, yeah, man. So, I want to just kind of go into our first subject today. If no one has anything to say, we'll just dive into it. We're going to be talking about Tesla versus Waymo versus Zoox. What up, Mitch? We got Mitch in the building. Good to see you, Mitch. How you doing, man? How was your weekend? Hope you had a good one, sir. Let us know in the comment section how your weekend was, and we'd love to share and talk about it some more. Well, let me actually talk about one thing. It is hot. If you're in the tri-state area, brother, or anywhere on the East Coast, you probably have experiencing it already. But it is right now, we're in what they call a heat dome. It is crazy. So in my neck of the woods, it's expected to be anywhere from 95 to 101 through this week. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on this week. I don't know if that's the same thing for you, Mitch, where you're tuning in from it. How's the weather by you? Because right now it is going to be pretty. It's blazing hip hop and R&B out here. I got to put on my hat, my ChatGPT hat when I'm walking on the street, because otherwise I'll be melting. I'll be melting. Oh, I wanted to also remind everybody that if they are not aware of it, I already dropped the link, but this is a call-in show. So feel free to call into the show. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what's on top of your mind. And we want to hear from you today. So definitely go ahead and let us know. So, yep, in regards to the first topic that we're going to be talking about, we'll be talking about taxis. Now, we had a conversation about this in the past, and I know a lot of people said, listen, I am not getting in a taxi, a cab, what you want to call it. Some people thought it was a debt trap. Other people said, listen, it's cool, it's innovative. Well, there's competition in these robo-taxi streets, and I'm talking specifically about Tesla joining Waymo and Zoox in regards to this particular conversation. But before I even dive deeper, would you actually go into a robo-taxi? Let me know if you're going to do that, if you would actually consider doing it. I had some friends, actually a friend of the show, and I'll say it because she posted it to a social media. But Shanae, recruiter cousin, she basically posted it and said, man, she had a wonderful experience in a robo-taxi. She loved it when she was out in the Bay. And she said it was a great experience. Her and her husband, I think they used Waymo actually for their experience. And they said it was wonderful. They enjoyed it. I, on the other hand, have not tried it out yet, but I did see some experiences where people did try it out, and it wasn't as let's just put it as a wonderful or momentous occasion for them. That taxi was basically kind of rotating again and again and again, wouldn't let them get out. It was crazy. It was crazy. So that was that experience. But let's dive into what Tesla's doing right now by getting into the mix when it comes to robo taxis. So Tesla has just begun a limited trial of its robo-taxi service in Austin, Texas. So if you're in the Austin area, shout out to you, aiming to compete directly with established players like Alphabet's Waymo and Amazon-owned Zoox. Now, here's how Tesla approach and progress compared to its main rivals in the autonomous riding space. So right now we have the different types of vehicles, the way they are. So when it comes to Teslas, obviously we know they use Teslas, so that's not going to change, right? They use actually a modified Model Y. So if you're a Tesla guy or gal, just know that that's what they use, right? When it comes over though to the Waymo side, they actually use a Jaguar I-Pace for theirs. That's like the vehicle of choice. And then Zoox uses a custom pod, which is like it has a lighter cameras and things of that nature. So theirs is basically custom. Waymo's is Jaguar, and Tesla uses their own model, of course. So basically, all this is that they launched this in the small scale amount of robo-taxis in Austin, and about 10 Model Y vehicles are equipped with Tesla's full self-driving software, which relies solely on cameras, neural networks, and not the LiDAR radar, right? So the safety monitors in the passenger seat unable to intervene directly with the teleoperators available to assist or remotely control the vehicles if needed. So this is definitely an interesting development compared to other situations that we have seen. I mean, they all should be able to do that, but I'm basing off the stuff that we talked about earlier. So here's the thing: the trial is limited. It avoids complex intersections, bad weather, and does not transport minors, which is good to know. Elon Musk has announced plans for dedicated robo-taxi model and suggested rapid scaling is possible, but Tesla has history of missing self-driving rollout deadlines. So don't bank on it. Don't bank on it happening. But what we do know is that Tesla's approach is going to be unique for its camera-only technology, contrasting with the sensor-rich strategies of its competitors, right? So that's Tesla. And right now, when it comes to Waymo, they currently are the only company offering full autonomous paid robo-taxi rides to the public in several major cities, including Phoenix, like I mentioned, the Bay, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Austin as well as a training hub. So they kind of like Zoox, they use that LiDAR sort of or LiDAR radar and cameras for robust perception and navigation. So if you ever took a robo-taxi, you probably experienced that as well. And they've been running since 2018. So it's almost going to be in about 3 years. Yep, it's going to be like a decade for them, which gives them some longevity, but we'll see what happens. Now, Zoox, if you're not familiar with them, they're owned by Amazon, and they're preparing for a commercial launch this year. So you might see them somewhere in your neck of the woods, depending on where you are. But in summary, we're going to see just that basically that Austin be that test ground for them as well. And they're looking to release Zoox, that is level 4, they call it autonomy, with remote human oversight. So that way, if something goes awry, they can come in there and fix things. But listen, y'all, that is it for in regards to the story when it comes to Tesla basically getting into the robo-taxi game. What are your thoughts on that? Would you definitely do it? And OTTO says, oh, heck no. Nah. He is like, I am not playing games with my life. I mean, I'm going to find that video for y'all, and I'll probably share it again. But that was pretty crazy in regards to that self-driving vehicle kind of going crazy, going wild there. It was nuts. But some people had some great experiences. I can't be mad at them if they had some great experiences. I just know from me, myself, and I got a lot riding on that. I got a lot riding on that. But let us know in the chat if you would actually drive a self-driving car. Again, this is about Tesla, Waymo, and Zoox getting in the mix here. It is definitely a very interesting situation. If you ever want to dive in deeper and share your opinion on the show, this is a call-in show as well. So you could go ahead, click in to call in the show, dropping that link as well so that you could share your thoughts and opinions about that subject matter. So yeah, let us know right now in the comment section, and we'll definitely dive deeper in it. Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot going on, as I mentioned earlier. We're going to be packing some other stories that we've been having conversations about earlier, but I also want to make sure that you know about some things that are happening along the way on the Tech Wire. Before I do that, we got Tech Coach Ralph in the building. He says, "What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good with you, brother? So glad that you're rocking with us, OTTO." As well has a comment here. He says, all I can think about is that movie we talked about some months back. All those cars piled up on top of each other. What movie was that? I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it's on Netflix. I forgot the name of it though. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, that movie was crazy. It was on Netflix. Yes, it was. And the world was like coming to like a technological end. So yeah. Yeah, no, I was just saying I'm sweating like a pig going to a barbecue. Because it is a heat, not even they don't even call it a heat wave, they call it a heat dome right now here in the tri-state area and other parts of the Northeast, where it's going to be 90 high 90s to 100 plus weather plus humidity. Like, I mean, being in Miami, I'm sure you you know what that looks like. But yeah, that it's going to be crazy right now. You said what's good? You said leave the world behind. Yes, that is the movie, and I'm not going to put any spoilers on that, John. But that thing was good. I might watch it again. Thank you for reminding me about that movie because, yeah, that literally that pileup that happened, that will make you question getting getting anything that has any ability to be hacked or accessed in that capacity. That for sure is what I would say. Um, but yeah, so that is definitely the situation. Now let me ask you this, because some people they don't feel like they want anything autonomous, but electric vehicles obviously has made people feel the same way about electric vehicles for a very long time. Now we see that change happening where you're seeing it more common to see more electric vehicles on the road than ever before. Do you think that the public will change their perception about robo taxis or autonomous vehicles in general, in spite of the issues that they're seeing? Let us know in the chat. Let us know. Let us know in the chat because I want to hear your opinion about that. I think a lot of people, we say that now, but as we see trends and how things roll out slowly but surely, after a while, people will be like, you know what? It ain't that half bad. In fact, they're gonna have their kids go to schools in these robo taxis, and stuff like that, and say, "Hey, this is a little bit more safer than them walking to school or being on a school bus." I could see society changing in a very way where, especially as AI develops, it may even be robo taxis that have like an AI narrator in it that's basically, like talking to the kids while it's driving, like, "Hey, hey, little girl, hey, little boy, my name is whatever, and I'm going to take you on a trip to school." Oh, but and that sounds kind of creepy now, say like that. But with AI and the way it's kind of moving, I could see most people adapting to it. Give it a couple of years, it can be a thing. Tickle Rouse says, "I want to test the cyber cab." Yeah, that would be very interesting. I want to see how that looks. He also mentioned most people are afraid of new things. Some people who work in tech barely have used AI yet. That is so true. That is so true. I've actually had conversations with people that basically condemn it like it's witchcraft. That's the mindset. Oh my gosh, it's trying to take over the world. And I try to remind people that this was a concept created by humans, and basically just think about it. If you want to think about like natural language models that as more like an upgrade to Google search, then that could help as well. Remember 5G? Yeah, 5G. Don't go near those towers. If you go near the towers, then all of a sudden, um, your brain is fried. Yeah, that was a big thing. A lot of people really, and still, some people still have that mindset about 5G towers. And so when you think about it, when you really think about it, it takes a while for people to adapt to things. Let me take y'all back. Who remembers where they were when Y2K happened? I think that's a great example. So there was that, if you don't remember, if you weren't born at this time, this was that year where it's going from 1999 and we were going into the millennium, and people were losing it. And I'm not gonna lie, my parents were one of them. They stockpiled on a bunch of different stuff that they could get. Because according to everything technology wise, the world was going to end, right? As soon as it hit 12, as soon as it hit 12 a.m., that was the end. So there was a lot of people that basically went ahead, stockpiled things and all sorts of stuff. There was mass hysteria for a degree of time. And well, right now it is June 23rd, 2025. 25 years has passed. But oftentimes, when it comes to the unknown, when it comes to these times, people tend to go little awry, a little bit, you know. Tickle Ross says they switched their phone to Edge Network from 2007. Oh man, yeah. There's some things, and some people are just stuck in their ways, and that's just the way it is. For a lot of people, that's just the way it is. But listen, y'all, I want to definitely keep the conversation rolling. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. We'll definitely bring it up. And like I mentioned earlier, you could always call into the show to let us know your thoughts. But we're gonna keep the conversation rolling. We're gonna keep the laughter coming. And we're gonna keep it going. So right here, I want to jump into a couple of different events that are occurring right now, and I want to make sure that you all get a chance to either see it and basically, yeah, get a chance to do it. So we got a couple of things here. But before I do that, I got Trey. What up, Trey? Good to see you, brother.
What's good, bro? What's
Good to
up,
see you,
y'all?
man.
Oh
What up? What
man,
up? What up?
yo, too much is up, I guess.
Oh no, hey,
Too
the
much is
weekend was.
up,
Hey, listen. Sometimes you gotta get fun as a parent. You know,
bro,
you got to have a little fun. Uh,
bro. Yeah, man. I guess I had too much fun yesterday or something. Overslept, slept through the whole alarm. I don't even know when the last time I did that, bro.
hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the
Ralph,
best of us.
Ralph, wow.
Yeah, Jay isn't late. He was mean with HR.
Hey, nobody want to see that pop up. A meeting with
Yeah, well,
HR pop up on the calendar.
without knowing
Uh-oh.
what was going on. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
hey, excommunicado.
sayonara. I'll see you later. Oh, I won't go back to this.
Arrivederci.
I'm gonna go back to this comment while you get settled in because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah,
He said we made movies about stopping a comet and asteroid Armageddon from destroying the world, but couldn't write some code to prevent Y2K. We were talking about Y2K and how people had this kind of hysteria about it, and how robo-taxis.
yeah,
I think it's gonna eventually become something that our kids are gonna know. Like if I even have to go there, imagine like we get really accustomed to AI. Obviously, there's some people that have. You sent me that video of the guy who proposed to AI, and it said yes, right?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
some people that are gonna be like really dependent and looking at AI as like a real human being. So imagine if you have like an AI made. Let's make up a name. I don't know whatever the name is. Let's call it Genevieve, right? If you know
That's
what Genevieve
hilarious.
is, don't trust me, it's not the person. But let's say it's Genevieve. Genevieve is your maid. She's a robot, and then when you go into your taxi or your car, she's taking you where your destination, and you're having this long relationship, and your kids are now cool with her. So Genevieve's taking the kids to school. Genevieve is going shopping on your behalf. Genevieve is doing all the different stuff. I can see a world, a reality where we kind of give a lot of Genevieve's uh, autonomy in our lives just because we love convenience and we love to make it
Yeah,
easy. It's going to take some time, but I think like what we're talking about with the robo-taxi, and that's why we part of this Armageddon situation. It's going to do the same thing. It's just like it's going to take people time to get accustomed to it, but once they do, it's going to be like a part of their lives, and they can't see themselves without it.
it'll take some time for a lot of people, but for some people, bro, they've been ready. So like, it's some people that's literally just waiting on the word, and uh, they paying full price. Period.
Yeah, yeah,
So you know.
yeah. They absolutely are doing it.
But have y'all seen that show? It was a show real quick before we got it. It was a show on Amazon where everybody's like dead and not everybody, but there's a place where everyone can go that they're like they're dead, but they can still be alive through their consciousness or whatever. But
Oh,
the reason I'm bringing it up is because the way that the main guy character ended up there is um, he created a software like a tech company, and someone had him killed through one of these robo cars. So like the robo car just ran into the back of a what do you call a dump truck that was just sitting on the road. So it just like, full speed ran into the back of a dump truck and then he died. But uh I thought
yes.
about that.
He was assassinated. He was assassinated. Really.
This is exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
for his tech, so that they could, steal his technology and make goo gobs of money.
I'm telling you, Black Mirror is becoming more and more real. I won't go into. I won't do too much spoilers, but the first episode of this last season, I was like, yeah, I don't think it's too far from that. I'll just say that much. So y'all check that out for yourself. Um, Tech Coach Rouse says they won't like Genevieve because she can't vote. So, so they could probably give Genevieve a little bit of time, but maybe she
That's
could.
hilarious.
Hey, listen, maybe she like
They'll find a way.
they'll find a way, And Genevieve's like gonna be going in. You never know. You never know. Oh man,
That
but yeah, go
I
ahead.
remember what it is. It was called Upload. If y'all haven't
Yes,
seen Upload, that was a
yes.
pretty good show. That was a pretty good show.
I think
But we
this.
can keep it moving.
I think season two came back. I haven't
Yeah,
checked it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It did.
yeah,
It
that
did.
was not Ben Affleck. What's his name? And
I
he
can't
was in
remember the guy's name.
Born Identity. Matt. Who was it? Or guys, let us know in the chat. Who was the actor in Born Identity? It was the same. I think it was him that was the actor in this one too. Unless I'm missing
No,
it.
that wasn't him, was
Oh
it?
no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was another guy.
No, no, no.
All right, don't worry about it. He looks like the guy in Arrow, but he's not the same guy.
Yeah,
All right, well let's go into the next segment. No, yeah, that's Matt Damon. I totally messed it up because it wasn't even.
yeah.
It
Matt
wasn't
Damon
even
is my
him.
guy.
It wasn't even him. Oh, that's
Nah.
funny. But let's go into let's go into our next segment that we love to talk about, which is the Tech Wire. This is the opportunity for y'all. If you are not get a chance to go to events and you don't know where to go, this is where you go. You go to the Tech Wire, you check us out, and you go to blacktechglobal.com. So this is powered by blacktechglobal.com, your premier source for upcoming tech events, series, anything in between. Really, it's all there. And so we got a couple of things that are going to be down the wire for you, and I'm going to just run through these real quickly, just so we get back to the other topics as well. But we have that's happening on the 26th to the 29th. That's STEM Noir that's coming up. It's in Miami, Florida. So if you're in the Florida area, check it out. If you're in the world of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, this is the place for you. And then following up, we have June 26th, Black Male X Conference in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you are looking to get pampered and be equipped as a man, check out the Black Male Conference 25. We also have the Chocolate Con that's coming up July 4th to the 5th in no other place but Chocolate City, Washington, D.C. So check that out. Go to the website. You can find out more there, as well as finding out about July 5th, Network 216 Midtown Tech Hive Mixer in Cleveland, Ohio. We also have, that's actually $0 for that, by the way. So if you want to check that out, July 14th to the 16th is Black Tech Week 25 in Cincinnati, Ohio. 150 is around the average price for that particular event, or the lowest price, I should say. And that rounds it up for the Tech Wire. The Tech Wire is brought to you by Black Tech Global. Go ahead and check out blacktechglobal.com for more events in your neck of the woods. So I want to jump into this topic because I thought it was very interesting. We talked about data centers in the past, but the value of it is something that we could definitely dive into a bit more. So we're going to talk about what Palantir, that this AI data center and what it can mean in regards to its actual influence in the space.
Yeah, the value, man, the value is where it's at, and it's going through the roof for these AI data centers for sure. So basically, CoreWeave, which they're an analysis company, sorry, recent analysis are suggesting that CoreWeave, the company, which is an emerging AI data center, infrastructure provider is positioned right now to surpass Palantir. All right, Palantir Technologies. Y'all already know who they are. Uh, Big dogs in the space, uh, but they're expected to pass them by 2030. All right, so and what this is driven by is the accelerated demand for these AI infrastructures and chips, which we already know chips big deal right now for sure. So right now, Palantir, they experienced like crazy growth, obviously. After launching the artificial intelligence platform AIP in April of 2023. Their stock, all of that stuff has just been going up like crazy. And that's expanded their customer base past just those government contracts. Y'all remember we talked about that for the longest. They were just, their one customer was just the government, but now they've made it into the commercial side. But with that, the company's valuation through the roof, market cap reaching around $330 billion in 2025, which obviously made it one of the most valuable software companies around the world. So now, if we're looking at Palantir, their strength actually lies in just the AI powered software and their data analytics, right? And that's what's helping these large organization models, the complex scenarios that they're creating and all this stuff, and they're able to make these data driven decisions with that. That's what all these companies are wanting, right? Like, how can we get more data from around people, and then how can we use this also other data to make these decisions, which then now we understand why Palantir is printing money. But now here's why they're saying CoreWeave could surpass Palantir. CoreWeave, they're specializing in the cloud-based infrastructure, and they're giving high-performance computing resources, especially GPUs, for AI workloads. And you already know AI takes up a lot of stuff. You got a lot of power to generate for this AI stuff. And so now the global AI infrastructure market is projected to see crazy investment. McKinsey, they just laid off a bunch of data analysts because AI, right? But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But McKinsey is estimating $6.7 trillion in spending by 2030. And most of it is going to go towards the hardware and data centers. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. CoreWeave, they're already partners with major cloud hyperscalers, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Oracle, Meta platforms, all the big dogs that you need to be in with, right? They in there. So they're expected to benefit from continued surge in AI capital expenditures, aka spending money on AI. So analysis projection that CoreWeave's revenue is going to triple, and the company is going to achieve profitability within 2 years. While Palantir's revenue and profits are not expected to double in that same period. So they about to get busy on this side. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but obviously they're giving it to you on a silver platter, y'all. Hopefully, there's a way to get in with CoreWeave. But anyways, while Palantir's valuation, they have benefited from AI software boom. Some analysts are saying that it's currently current multiples are not sustainable and due for a correction. So all these gains and stuff that we've been seeing from Palantir, they're saying like, hey, it's not really sustainable, and it's gonna get a correction soon, and everything's gonna drop back down for them. So be on the lookout. We'll see if that's true or not. But anyways, don't forget, y'all, there are other contenders. So you got Nvidia, AppLovin, and Mercado Libre. Actually, I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't know. But they're also cited as potential candidates to pass up Palantir's valuation by 2030. But CoreWeave's focus on AI and AI data center infrastructures. That's obviously got the eyeballs their way. Like everybody's looking like, oh yeah, this is the industry, and this is where it's going to be at. So yeah, y'all, we'll see. Just that's a little something to put in your ear. Be on the lookout if you're looking for a job. Maybe who knows? Maybe they got something open. We all wish we could have been at Open AI right now. Way a few years ago. I just heard a guy, regular employee, stocks in the company, tens of millions of dollars, regular employee, because he was in I think employee number 100 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Who
I
knows?
tell I tell you, you never know. Because CoreWeave, I just did a quick search out to fortune.com. But CoreWeave, apparently, they reduced the price range of the offering, and the stock finished its first day of trading just 1 penny above its $40 IPO price. That's June 6th. And now we're seeing, just not even a month later, that turnaround. 185.58, I
Yeah.
believe.
So that tells you a lot of stuff. Like you're never supposed to get in on the first day, but I mean, not in the first couple hours or whatever. But for this one, it probably was worth it. And now here's what's crazy: it's won something, and it's still gonna be worth it.
And it's still going up. Yeah, exactly. It's just the beginning, just the genesis. And CRWV, if you're looking in the market, is the abbreviation for CoreWeave, which makes sense. CRWV. And so you definitely want to check that out for yourself, and see if this is something that you're looking into or interested in getting into, diving into more. Definitely see if this is something that fits you. So it's up to you, y'all. What do you want to do? Let us know. Call into the show. Would you invest in this? Would you invest in this? Did you look? Are you start looking for data center jobs? And if so, what positions are they hiring for? Maybe that's something we dive into next week. What positions are data centers hiring for? What companies are you should probably be looking at? So that's something that we could definitely dive into next week. But let us know in the comment section, y'all. What are your thoughts about this? What are your concerns? What do you think about the fact that this is estimated to surpass a company that's doing some big stuff right now in the intelligence arena, Palantir? What do you think about the news that a data center or AI data centers could surpass it in about 5 years? That's a wild concept when you think about how crazy it is. But we heard this before. We talked about it at moments as well. So let us
Mm-hmm.
know in the comment section below. And today we might actually have a pretty quick show, but if you want to, let us know again what's going on. But I'm going to jump into another topic here while you guys are formulating your thoughts. And it's something that we talked about last week. I said we're going to update you on the situation as it continues to move forward. But the situation is with Timbaland and this AI use of music, Suno, I believe it's pronounced. He came
That's
out and he apologized. And we're going to talk about it right now. We're going to talk about the apology that he made. But basically, this is it actually, and if I could get a chance, I'll probably see if I could share it on Instagram. But he literally had a post basically apologizing for the situation. And so I'll pull it up in a moment. But first and foremost, in regards to Timbaland, the renowned producer, he recently issued a public apology after being accused of using a beat created by an up-and-coming producer, K Fresh, without consent in a demonstration for the AI music platform Suno. Now, the controversy erupted when Timbaland uploaded K Fresh's original track into Suno's AI system. And basically, he says, like, hey, listen, I was just trying to show the use of it. But I'm going to let you read his words for yourself in a moment. Anyway, he posted it live, and people basically say, "Hey, wait a second! I know that beat. That sounds like K Fresh. It literally has his tag in it. What's going on?" So there's a little bit of public uproar, especially among other producers, and now it kind of came to light that the incident that K Fresh and his attorney basically found out about. They basically demanded a public apology within 24 hours. So this is the apology that he basically did, and the proof that the beat was removed from Suno's training data. So they wanted to say, hey, listen, apologize to us. remove the music from the data, and commitment to prevent future unauthorized uses. That's all they asked for. So the letter accused Timbaland of violating U.S. copyright law and Suno's own terms of services. So that's another thing too. Suno himself said, "Listen, he violated our terms of use for this." So it also raised concerns that K-Fresh Music is now permanently part of Suno's AI training model without his consent. So I'm thinking about that too. Like, how do you undo that and verify that it's been undone? I mean, listen, that we're in a brave new world. So Timbaland responded with a public apology, which I'm going to show in a moment. He clarified that he did not monetize, release, or claim ownership of the remix, and that his intent was to demonstrate creative possibilities with AI.
Well, that's cap.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he says was the issue.
How you didn't monetize and you was live? Anyway.
Yeah, you definitely got something from it. Timbaland's legal counsel acknowledged that while this act have violated Suno's terms of service, it did not technically break any laws or current statutes. So that's what it was saying there. Now, the controversy has reignited debate within the music industry about the ethical and legal challenges posed by AI-generated music and the need for stronger protections for human creators. Because the question is, and this is for anything really, but where I've used AI generated music before, and now understanding more about AI, they had to train that music off of something. So the question now is, whenever it comes to AI in general, what are they using to train it, and has it been cleared? So that's the conversation that we have to have now. It's like, okay, they're using AI, great, but what are they using to train it? And do we know for certain that it has been cleared? What are your thoughts, y'all? I'm gonna hear from you guys, and I'm gonna share what Timbaland had to say on his
thinking,
IG.
Bro. I'm thinking. So what do people say when people come up and they're like, yo, his inspirations were blah 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 blah? Like, do people in the industry have a problem with that? Nah, he can't take my style. Chris Brown can't take my style. I'm Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He can't be inspired by me. He can't know all my songs and get that little style from me. I don't like that. Delete it out his mind. Delete, like, take it out. What do they say about that as musicians when people have styles, or hey, you know what? No, we in Atlanta, we got this style. Nobody else can take this rap style or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying. T-Pain, no, he used it again, but whoever was the original, I don't even know who the original of Autotune was. You know what? We came up with Autotune. Nobody else can use any kind of Autotune in their music, because even though they were inspired by me. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think we have either short-term memory, or we want to talk about, or we want to be mad at stuff that we want to be mad at, and be okay with stuff that we want to be okay with. And if you're going to be real about it, and you're going to be like, you're going to have a problem with it, you should have a problem with it across the board. AKA what I just said. Like, I don't want to hear about somebody being inspired by this artist and that artist and that artist their whole life, and this is where they get their sound from. I don't want to hear that. If you also gonna say no to this company doing the same thing with their software. I'm just being an advocate here, a devil's advocate, or why do we say that? Can I be a God's advocate? I don't know. Why do we say devil's advocate anyway? But anyways, I'm just giving another side, because that's what I do.
Can I flip the coin?
Is that a contrarian? I don't know. Let's say that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make up something like, "Can I flip the coin?" Let's look at the other side. Let's look at the other side. We're looking at tails right now. Let's look at the heads. But I'm gonna laugh at this one real quickly, because Teco drops that every Atlanta artist should be getting sued. Never use auto tunes again. I find that hilarious. Now I'm gonna read I want to kind of go through the comments here first, and then I'm going to share what was shared from Timbaland on his website, so it makes more sense. And then I'll bring you up OTTO right after that. So please stay locked in.
I'm huge on Manus AI, bro.
Yes, I was just about to say.
Use it every day. That's my
That's
that's
his
my stuff
go-to.
right there.
Tech Coach Ralph said, was he trying to take someone's beat and use it to add lyrics to his beat? Basically, what he was trying to do was to take it, he put it into Suno AI, and said it was a remix, but it had the it had the
Yeah,
same
yeah, he blew
elements.
it there.
It literally had what else did it have?
It
It
had
had
his
tag.
tag. Yeah,
It had its tag in it. So there's a few different things that it had that made it kind of like, what was this about? This was I wanted to bring up real here quick. Trey, he said I heard a Slim Thug song on Suno the other day. So oh
snap.
Lord, oh no, so Slim Thug is, listen, Suno might have to like hurry up and get lawyer up.
They're gonna have to clean it up for sure.
Oh, people that are coming after them, especially in the music industry.
Have to clean it up.
Oh, they want their money. All right, so here's so OTTO, hang tight. I'm gonna definitely get you on. And there are some music companies suing Suno for using their music already to train the LLMs, like we mentioned. As a musician, Joseph, curious to know if you think styles and models of music should be copywritten. Styles, it's hard to copy styles.
It is.
But actual like production and like written work, yeah, I think they definitely should.
You better.
And let me go to I don't want to keep OTTO waiting, so I'm going to share this statement because I wanted this statement to inform what OTTO says in regards to his opinion. But let me just go right here, and then we can see some of the comments there. But basically, it's here. It says, recently I shared a post where I used a song that I believe was fully owned by the artist who sent it to me. Out of pure excitement to explore, transform, and collaborate, I ran it through Sudo to show how this tech can be open creative possibilities. It didn't monetize it. As I said, I didn't monetize it, release it, or try to claim ownership. I was genuinely inspired and wanted to demonstrate what's possible. But I now understand that the song's beat was produced by a producer named K Fresh, who didn't give consent, and that's on me. I like to formally apologize to K Fresh. I should have done more due diligence before using it. Regardless of the intent, I recognize that not everyone involved was aware or on board, and I take full responsibility for that oversight. If you know me, you know that I spent years collaborating with artists across all levels. My goal has always been to empower creatives, not to take from them. The narrative that I'm out here stealing music couldn't be further from the truth, but I understand how this moment caused concern. The post has already been taken down, and I've committed to continuing to learn, listen, and lead with respect for the craft and the community. At Stage Zero, the AI media company I'm building, nothing happens without people. Our focus is building tools with creators, not at their expense. Now, this is a legal team. They said to clarify, while Timbaland's remix did violate Suno's terms of service, it did not violate the law. This is an important distinction. A lot of us click accept on platforms every day without fully reading the fine print. Got a point there.
What that
that
got to do
it? I guess he did.
Why y'all bringing us in it?
I guess he say that Timbaland didn't read the fine print. Well, you're his lawyer. You should write for him.
Yeah.
And the situation it simply falls into that bucket. However, just because something's legal doesn't mean it's right. The audio is no longer on Suno's platform, but here's what a lot of people don't realize. Under the current law, even if a company removes the content, they're not required to delete anything the AI may have learned from it. Oof, that part of the law hasn't caught up yet. No court has said otherwise. Though these are the kinds of gaps we're trying to help fix. Timbaland and our team are working diligently behind the scenes to make sure creatives are actually part of the conversation when it comes to developing laws around AI and the music. We are working as creative advocates, not oppressors. Listen, if you want to work as creative advocates and not oppressors, pay the man. Suno, pay the man.
Bro, that's all I'm thinking about. Not just even Suno. Timbaland,
pay the man.
He should have cut him a check, 10 racks. Hey, man, sorry about that.
My bad. Apology plus that. Okay, OTTO, you're on.
Nah, you good. I mean, I would first off, Trey, to answer your question, I think Roger from Zapp and Roger is where the Autotune started at.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You're
I
right.
think
Yeah.
that's where that came from. And then Joseph, you're right. It kind of was gonna be my thing. Was like, all right, yeah, you could probably reach out to the company and have them to delete it, but what are you gonna do as far as the actual learning part of it? You can't change that. So you already answered that part. But my thing is, it's probably just like when we was out in college or younger. Everybody used LimeWire and Napster and all that
Shoosh,
stuff.
yeah.
So, you know what I
LimeWire.
mean? Right. So I'm assuming they're learning from everything from SoundCloud and just other places. I mean, people most of the music nowadays, somebody's sampling somebody something. So just because you don't get it from the main source, there's always inspirations throughout all these new beats with all these producers. Everybody's recycling everybody else's stuff, so it's just a matter of who is the actual originator and where you're getting it from, and everybody's not big name yet. So if somebody takes another beat and tweaks it a little bit, it can still learn from it. So I think they're pulling
Mhm.
inspiration from everywhere. I mean, you can't stop it. Change is inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen, and this thing's is getting smarter and smarter by the second. So you're not gonna really stop it. It's just a matter of who catches it and who doesn't, in my opinion.
Big facts. I was gonna go to this comment because it's so real. Now everybody can start sweating on this chat. He says, not
Uh
knowing the statutes of limitations and piracy, I never used LimeWire, Napster, or Kazaa.
oh.
I ain't gonna say much. Allegedly, I
I hear
heard this.
you. When I
I've
said
heard
everybody was doing it, I did not include me. I was just saying,
allegedly.
like, I remember, like, as I was walking around, school and all this stuff, people were pulling up songs that they had got off of on their little iPods. And then
So
they were telling me stories about how they downloaded this song, but then when it started playing, Soldier Boy was playing on there instead of the actual song, but it was titled, like, all this kind of stuff that they would tell me. I had no clue uh, about any of that. I didn't even have a computer. Like, what?
oh man, but yeah, this very interesting when it comes to like the statutes of limitations on certain things and just how they're gonna go back to what you're saying, OTTO, about how they're really gonna go and Mustard, DJ Mustard said it when he was making a beat one time. Interpolations. He basically said like when you take something and you kind of make it your own, and then you kind of do a variation of it. You put when you kind of go over that by playing it yourself and doing it yourself, which kind of
Yeah,
ties back into is the AI just doing the same thing, just technically.
exactly. But also, like, if we really want to get, like, I don't know, because I don't really know. Like, I know a little bit about music, but I don't know like the
Yeah,
extensive. But then I think I heard something sometime a while back or something where like all music is created from like these 12 notes or 12 chords. What is it? It's something like that.
yeah.
It's something like that. I got to look it up, but it was saying something like that. Now, who created those 12? And should I get everything from everybody? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to go down that path. Just be like, hey, you know what? This sounds a little bit too like mine. Like, mix it, change it up a little bit, and you're good. I like that. Like, it's already set up like that. That's cool. But when you start getting too, you know what I mean? I'll roll the carpet back on you.
Yeah, it's like Blurred Lines when they got sued by the Marvin Gaye family for that
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
na, 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 na. I'll stop there because of I don't get sued too.
I know,
But
right?
but
Joseph's like, hey man, I got perfect pitch. I
hey,
might I
listen,
might trigger it off. You know what I'm saying?
that estate they don't play the Marvin Gaye estate. If it smells like Marvin Gaye, if it's whatever, you will get it. But going
Cause
back to
that, I
what,
mean, cause that's real. Like, what was
yeah,
that? I saw something real quick.
yeah,
I was watching, I don't even, oh, I think it was Manny Fresh. It was somebody. I was watching them do an
hmm
interview and they were saying, like, yo, if you got people who their sounds are like, you can't sound too close to their sound. So, like, if it's something that you know them by, like, say, for instance, if I say, yeah,
yeah,
like, you know who that is,
Yeah,
like even that can be considered his stuff, Usher's stuff, and like it's like, bro,
it gets tough.
how? But
I think
anyway, I
I
don't
think
know.
there should be like an artist, like there should be some type of like ability to, like, let's say Suno for specifically Suno, and then
Mm-hmm.
OTT, I'll bring you back on and say anything you want to say. But for Suno specifically, if they are using the music to train the models, then just they have the ability to decipher what is taken from what. Reach out to the artist and say, "Hey, listen, we trained this. We want to make it right. We'll give you a percentage, just a half a
Yeah,
point or a quarter of a point, whatever it is, um, of this beat because it used some
yeah,
of your work." And now this
and you better
artist,
be happy.
oh, like, and this artist getting royalties from stuff that they probably don't even use like on a regular.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, yeah,
I think the when it comes down to any sort of disagreements is about money. Like,
of
pay
course.
me my money. And I think that if Sunu could come up with a nice deal for artists, then they'll get even more music to flood their gates. Now the issue is they may not have the money yet, and they want to
I mean, they
maybe
got some.
they got
What
something,
did I
but
see? I
yeah,
seen. Let me see.
they want to be more profitable. So that's the
Yeah,
next thing too. Uh, Taxi companies in New York tried to sue Block, Uber, and Lyft. Oh yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. I
and
remember
they
that.
lost.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Suno's in a tough one because when you got the producer tags on it,
Yeah,
it's hard to
you
deny
blew
that.
it. You blew it with that. You got to get that out of there. But
It treated the producer tag like it was like a like an instrument. It was,
I know, right? Oh, this is good. This is good. Let's put it throughout. Uh, but that's the other side too, though. Like, say for instance, they set that deal up, and then they gave them half a point or whatever, and then the artist was like, "Hey, you know what? Nah, I don't want it. Just go ahead and take my stuff out." Well, because the laws haven't caught up, it's still a part of the training, so you might as well take that half a point. Because even if I take it out, or they're not required to, whatever you just read, you know what I mean? Like, hey, take it or leave it, bro. At this moment, anyway.
yeah, it's a tough thing though because if you heard it, Tech Coach Ralph, the beat, like, I mean, he took on the video, but the beat really did sound like the original. It was like producer tag and all, just like it was like reordered in a different way, and it's just kind of like, eh, it sounds like like somebody took your website, Tech Coach Ralph, and made it their own. It just changed the name and changed the color, you know.
Oh, he
Um,
said he wasn't talking about what Timbaland did.
he's about Timbaland. Oh, okay, got you. He's in general. In general. Oh, okay, got you. Thank you for clarifying, though. But I see what you're saying, like in regards to like how much is too much, because a lot of things wouldn't exist. What did it say? Flattery is the greatest form. Copying is the greatest form of flattery. That's what I think it is.
That's what they say.
I think it's something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
OTTO, I know you've been here for a minute. Let us know what else did you have on your mind. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good, brother. I'm just enjoying the conversation. I mean, I'm with you. I'm with Trey. I mean, you might as well get the money, man. Get the point. These people need to go back and listen to 50, man, and study 50, because 50 will teach you the game about that. That was something he talked about in one of his interviews about taking the point. You know what I mean? And that realize people don't realize how much money that can actually equate to in the grand scheme of things. So I think a lot of these artists need to go back, and producers, artists, whatever, need to go back and study 50, because 50 will show you how to get to that bag. I'm telling you.
That
Mm-hmm.
was, and if y'all don't know, it's about Shy Money X, Shy Money, right? Shy Money was his producer when he was coming up,
Yeah, thank. Yep, I'm sure it was.
and and he was, like, if you especially in music, if you're developing with somebody, if you're a friend, like a producer that you guys are grinding out together, if you rise to the top, I rise to the top, right? When he started, allegedly, when Shy Money saw the money coming in, he said, "Oh, you got to pay me for our studio time," and he gave him like a something like, I don't know what the amount was. It was a larger amount, and 50, in his mind, he was like, "I thought you were my dog. I thought we were rolling through this together, but whatever." Um, you know, how about he said, "Don't take that. How about you do this? Take this and a point, whatever the amount was. I think it was 50. I think he reduced like $50,000 on a point, something like that." And he was like, "Nah, I want this amount." and his lawyer allegedly said, "Listen, his lawyer's trying to convince Sean Money, like, listen, this is a deal you want to take," and because he knew he could see, like, from his vantage point, he could see how big 50 Cent was going to be. Sean Money was still a little like, nah, I want this and that. And he's like, listen, if you don't take the lawyer said, if you don't take the point, I'll take it.
I will.
And then at that point, he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. That one point, because I think he sold about 130. It's the amount of money that he made from it was like 130 million.
Yeah.
So that one point was 1.3 million dollars. That's the value of 1 point in music for that particular project. So he would have traded that all away simply because that percentage he would have lost. So percentages or points in music, it really does add up. And that's why I think that you get a fractional point just to say, hey, we use some of your work. Here's a fraction of it.
Yeah.
You and children could eat off of this.
Yeah, because I stand on it, bro. There is going to be a top charting AI song soon.
Oh, yeah.
Might be a couple years, but it's going to happen.
So, I think they almost win a Grammy. Hold on, let me see. Keep going.
Yeah, the Beatles, the Beatles did. Yeah.
I totally concur. I'm 100% with you, Troy. It is going to happen in the very near future. Things are moving entirely too fast for what they thought it was going to be. It's coming, and it's coming fast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely right. Off the, he messed it up big time. It's one thing to violate, like people feeling like a way about what you do with their song and their music. But you violate it as soon as policy, like now everybody looking at you like, you trifling. But it brings up another point. How many of us read the fine print?
Well, that's the thing. You don't got to now, man. You just throw it through ChatGPT. Tell me what's going to hurt me, or what is this good? What's going on here?
Is there a website that tells you about? Is there a website that does that for you though? Like
I don't know if it is, but I'm going to be creating an app for it here soon. Be on the lookout. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's that. A lot of people be like, "What does this
It'll
mean?"
be on the mobile app, iOS and Android.
All right, he's writing it down right now. Writing it down right now. Yeah, I hear that. Listen,
right? Ralph will check the bugs on it.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, because you never know. People, I mean, there's so many terms and agreements. Some people might be giving away their firstborn; they don't even know. It's like these days are getting crazy. They had was it Black Mirror or one of those shows had a whole episode about that, which about terms and agreements and what it meant. But yeah, there's a lot of things out there, y'all. Listen, we are pretty much at the end of the show here. I'm gonna just say the Brown Box special for next week, but I wanted to say thank you, y'all, for rocking with us. This is definitely a great show. Next week, we were going to talk about data centers. We're going to talk about the potential in them, not just for investment, like we talked about it. Again, not giving no investment advice, but we just talked about the definite demand there. But what opportunities are there to work in these particular spaces? And so we're going to dive deeper into that. So stay tuned. And if y'all have any suggestions for things that you want us to talk about, always hit us up. Let us know. Put it in the comment section as well. Rourke, Trey, about Rourke. Sorry, I thought Tech Coach Drop put that there. But yeah, Rourke. I was like, yeah, because I know we talked about that. But go ahead and let us know in the comment section if there's anything particular you want us to cover. Next week we probably talk about data centers and attack on a couple more topics. But besides that, y'all, thank you so much for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world, baby. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace and elbow grease.